So welcome to my channel, welcome to my spare room, welcome to my first attempt at the FESTIVE 500. My name is John. I am a blind para-triathlete from Canada. I live in Victoria, and to end my 2020, I'm tackling the Rapha FESTIVE 500. For those of you who don't know what that is, a brief history. A number of years ago, a clothing manufacturer in the UK put out this challenge to their followers to complete 500 kilometers over 8 days. Those 8 days running from Christmas Eve to New Year's Eve. And it's kind of turned into this worldwide challenge. I found it on Strava and decided to give it a shot because I'm not doing a lot of running right now because the guy who I usually run with has a bit of tendonitis in his foot, so he's playing it a little safe right now, which gives me time to ride a lot. So I'm riding on a Mod K4. It's an older bike. I don't know if they even make them anymore. And I'm riding on a Kicker Core, Wahoo Kicker Core. Just recently purchased this trainer. I love it. I'm able to use the Wahoo Fitness app with it using VoiceOver on my iPhone. VoiceOver is an accessibility feature for blind or visually impaired users of iPhones. And the Wahoo Fitness app allows me to track power, cadence, and all other cycling metrics that are relevant to me. So this is my third ride. I rode on Christmas Eve, 35K. I rode on Boxing Day, 65K. And today is a big day for me. The two rides I have done so far were both workouts prescribed by my coach. I'm not gonna describe them because I don't have permission to do that. But today, because we missed Christmas Day, thanks to Mr. Bailey's, love that guy. I'll be visiting him later. Because we missed Christmas Day, we have a big day today. Today is a 100-kilometer day for me. It is an indoor coffee ride, so I'm gonna ride for about 50K, maybe 60K. And then I will have a little coffee and Bailey's break and get back on the steed and finish up. The one thing about the Kicker Core that I don't like, and apparently this is an issue with the Kicker Core, is the speed that it transmits is not an accurate representation of how fast you're going. And I knew this going in, but I didn't realize how much extra riding that this is going to result in me having to do to finish this. But that's okay. I love riding. It's my favorite discipline of the triathlon. It is my best discipline of the triathlon. Using the Wahoo Fitness app, as I mentioned earlier, allows me to track a bunch of cool cycling data, like my cadence, my power. The app allows me to change the difficulty of the trainer without having to change gears on my bike. You can also input courses and ride them, which is a pretty cool feature as well. And you can also preset your trainer to provide a specific amount of resistance based on the number of watts you want to push. I haven't used that feature yet. I won't use that feature too often. So this is a pretty cool challenge for me, specifically because it's something I can do independently. When I run outside, I need somebody to run with. When I swim indoors, I can swim down a lane rope, so I can swim independently as well. But when we swim outside in open water, I need somebody there with me. But the bike, when we race in a para-triathlon, we race a racing tandem, so I'm on the back. There's no skill involved with that. It's just raw fitness and power. So on the bike, I can train that on my own. I don't need anybody's help to do that, which is one of the reasons why I like cycling so much. For those of you who are cyclists who come across this video, I come from a track background, running background, track background, not cycling background. I am a fast twitch guy, 100%, who has switched over to triathlon. The max power, for those of you who are curious, is around 1700, give or take. And as far as watts per kilo goes, my last FTP test, which came just after a break, a season-ending break. In when did we do that? We did that in early November, just over 4.6. So decent numbers for sure. So maybe this is something that you guys want to consider trying. It sounds a lot easier than it actually is, especially if you miss a day or two over the holidays. I don't use Zwift. I cannot use Zwift. They have not made it accessible to blind or visually impaired people, which sucks. So you're asking yourself, well, how do you sit on a trainer for 500 kilometers? Well, music helps a lot. Sometimes I'll watch listen to movies or books or games on TV. Honestly, during workouts where I'm actually exerting effort, I find the time goes by quickly. But for something like this, where I'm going to be on the bike for a total of probably, when you factor in the fact that the speed's not accurate, probably close to 4 hours. Yeah, that's a long time. I'm going to finish this video, and then I'll probably put on a podcast or something. So yeah, if you're looking for a challenge for, I guess, next year now, yeah, it goes from Christmas Eve to New Year's Eve. And I've watched a couple of videos about strategy when it comes to how to best tackle this. Some people suggest riding for all 8 days and riding an even amount each day. Some people suggest having a couple of massive rides and a couple of days off, which, if you're a relatively newer cyclist, I would recommend doing that, just so you have time to let the legs recover a little bit. So on these long rides like this, coffee rides, I would be pushing around 50% of my functional threshold power, which is the power that you can sustain for 1 hour. So it is a pure recovery ride. The two rides I've done previously that make up the first 100K of this 500K challenge were pretty intense. And when you combine the fact that yesterday I wasn't feeling too hot because of what I got up to on Christmas Day, I needed a day like this today where there's really no pressure on the pedals. It's just a long ride. I'm gonna break it up halfway through, but I need to get this 100K in, because if I don't, tomorrow is the 28th, and that would leave me with, a lot of riding over the last 3 days of this, and I want to get this done. I want to do this. So hope everybody had a good Christmas. I'm not going to keep blabbing here because I'm pretty much out of things to blab about as far as this challenge goes. If you're interested in checking it out, just Google Rafa FESTIVE 500. As I said, it began in the UK years ago and has since sprouted horns, and now people all over the world are doing this. Hey, I just thought of a funny joke. What does the FESTIVE 500 and the coronavirus have in common? Answer: they both originated in one place and are now taking over the world. Cheers, guys.